Kojuka Taliba is the Deputy Commissioner General for Operation. Yeah. And then Patrick Dolo is the Director for Administration. George Hensford is the consultant to my office. So they accompany us here to be able to articulate to you what we've been doing for the past 100 days. There should have been more, but what we're prepared to come, we got an invitation of the Minister of Justice, which you know is our principal institution. So the two other deputies have to run to the Minister of Justice, and one of them have to run to Ganta. I think somebody can have a seat. And again, we are grateful for the opportunity. As you may be aware, Liberia Regional Service is a service delivery and a revenue generating entity within the Ministry of Justice. Formerly, we were called the BIN, Bureau of Innovation and Modernization, formed in 1956, with a statutory mandate that is multi-tax. One, we are a security outfit. Our responsibility is to bend the borders, land, air, and sea. And the sea is several nautical distance. The land we all know, our land space, all our border, Sierra Leone, Guinea, La Côte d'Ivoire, and Atlantic. In addition to providing security services, we are also taxed to raise revenue. And last year alone, we were taxed to raise $4 million. We raised 4.6, a little over $4 million. And at the same time, to provide security at the border. And you know the porosity of our border. You know how hugely our borders are, even at times, very difficult terrains. So as a multi-tax agency, a government, will provide security services and will generate revenue. That is the responsibility for LIS. When we took over 2 months ago, we undertook two major projects. One, we commissioned an internal system audit of the questionnaire and assets of the LIS. And the report was completed yesterday. It will interest you to know that the LIS, we began the tax with 2,000. We began the tax of running the LIS with 2,388 questionnaire men and women. And of this amount, 148 questionnaire were not accounted for. Of 2,388, 148 questionnaire were not accounted for. We would have accounted for 2,137. And of this amount, 62 questionnaire were not accounted for. 27 dead, 6 travel, 4 reassigned, 4 resigned, and 4 AWOL, absent for official leave. So the current strength of the LIS is 2,137. So if you do the math, you want to know where the 148 questionnaire money for 5 years has been going. So that is an executive summary of the commission we did with the questionnaire and assets. We did another commission again. We commissioned an internal system audit of our armory. We told you we are a service provider, security service, land agency, and then we are a revenue generating agency. In the middle of providing the security service, we wanted to know our stock. We did an assessment. We didn't do it alone. When we did the first one with the questionnaire and assets, we had the RAA uniforms. So that's why when the Liberian Armed Commission, Armed Commission, they have the statutory responsibility for arms and ammunition. They are stock of our arms and ammunition. Several revelations were made. We moved some arms from LIS to the EPS, to the request. So we asked the EPS give our arm back. We moved some arms from the LIS to the LMP. Actually, LMP gave it back to us. That's that, on the training commission. Growing all of that, we were able to make some readjustment within the armory. And we were able to rotate and relieve the two officers that were heading on the place of the deputies. What we also done at LIS, when we took over, obviously, we did some readjustment. And what we did. We did some reassessment based on merit and gender sensitivity. None of those two guys assigned at LIS, whether at the headquarters, at the national or regional level, many, if not all of them, are now college graduates. If you follow the history of LIS, the NI is one place where several years back I've been associated with the security landscape. Since I married on top of 1986, I've been associated with security landscape. Even when I was in the Senate, I chaired the Committee on Defense and Security. LI is one institution where many retirees were sent there. They didn't have many young guys in the LIs. Even the young guys were there, they were not encouraged to grow. So because of the way we've been a very system now, many young persons have been showing up for their lives. There was an exam conducted 2 years ago by the UNDP. And that exam was to highlight qualified questions of their lives. Since 2 years ago that exam was conducted, the result could not come. We are pleased to inform you we have played that result up today. And the result, though they were paid for by UNDP, it was DPA that conducted the exam. Product of it, the names of those who passed the exam have been placed up. As we make adjustment, reshuffle, transfer, we are taking cognizance of those who never passed. Our senior staff are paying regular visits to counties and hub. I will speak to you, the Deputy Commissioner for Naturalization is now in NIBA. The West African Police Information System, WAPIS, is conducting a regional assessment and training at our various borders. Liberia border with Cote d'Ivoire, Liberia border with Guinea, Liberia border with Sierra Leone, to identify areas where we have joint training and be able to report in border posts where we can incorporate the ECOWAS mandate on ensuring free movement. So our Deputy Commissioner General for Naturalization, I will speak, is heading that team. I realized for the past, like I said, almost 2 months now, and within the 100-day deliverable, we've been having continuing engagement with other government agencies to enhance intergovernmental agency operation, i.e., one of those agencies will have a conversation with the National Identification Registry, the NIR. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Mr. President, have ensured that the Minister of Foreign Affairs lead the cabinet on ensuring that we digitize Liberia. So we had a meeting, it's ongoing. The Ministry of Health was part of it, the BVHS was part of it, and concerning engagement with the business registry, we are having conversations to ensure that we will have LIS personnel in the business registry, at the Liberian, at the BVHS. What do we want to have LIS officers deployed there? If you are to do business in Liberia, you don't necessarily be a Liberian business. So if you came to do business in Liberia, I wonder if it is a Liberian business or it's a foreigner. So at the Liberian Business Registry, we'll have our agents assigned there. We can make a determination whether the business register is a Liberian business or non-Liberian business. In a category of payment, Liberian businesses what they pay and foreign businesses what they pay. So that discussions are ongoing. Some will talk over and not have a press conference. So that will mean we'll have a lot to talk today. Yeah. We boosted engagement too with our partners. We have a confidence meeting with the IOM. The IOM, the International Organization of Migration. We have had discussion with the regional security officer of the U.S. Embassy in Monrovia. We've had discussion and continue discussing with the UNDP and the RNL. The RNL, interestingly, the International Development Law Enforcement Organization. The International Narcotics and Law Enforcement Organization, RNL. We've also been having discussion with the RDLO, International Development of Law Enforcement Organization. These discussions are geared towards enhancing the capacity of officers of the LIS and other institutions, other agencies, other land agencies within government. We're engaged with discussion about relocating the LIS. There's one agency, Water Tax, providing security coverage, land, air, and sea, several nautical distance on the sea, but we don't have a building. Every time LIS move from one building, one to one Broad Street, another wing Bangladesh, then another time we up Mabambwe. Now we are in a building, we pay $85,000 United dollars. A building our building that said the 50s. Engineering has outlived usefulness. When it's raining, our building can sweat. You see building sweating? The LI building can sweat. So they can lay on the building like they were sweating. But the good thing is that the president of that are taking cognizance of it. Discussion I've been held with the National Security Advisor. Our relocation plan on the way. Our predecessors were able to allocate 5 acres of land for us in Benton. And then discussion 2 have reached a level where the general service agents have been asked to ensure that the LIS move to the capital bypass, the old Ministry of Health building, old Ministry of Health, old General Ministry building. There are some few government institutions that don't got their big building, but they still got some of their auxiliary there. And I think that's what they said is, let's save $85,000 and put the LIS in a conducive environment to enhance revenue generation and enhance our security delivery. And you've not taken into consideration the process of our border. When we are up there, we've not been certified, we're not motivated, we're not spirited. Delivery will become challenged. And you don't want this. You don't want this. Do you? No. We've had engagement with we've had adherence to the full scripted implementation of the Alien Naturalization Law of Liberia, other applicable laws and international instruments in keeping with best practices. And like I told you, we are having discussion of WAPES, the West African Police Information System, as it relates to ECWA border pools, inspectorate, assessment, and training. Good news is that there is a university called Cyprus. They gave 4 LIS officers scholarship to go do their BSc graduate year. We want to tell them thank you, we didn't pay the dime. That was a good offer, and those are open for more offer. As we speak, 20 LIS officers are also benefiting from 1 month RT training offer. Another institution called ARRST. They are a computer institution that providing us that opportunity because we have a challenge at the airport. We have to do some rotations. Some of our officers who have to rotate them, we have to use what you call the MADAS. The MADAS is the Migration Information System Analysis System. If I capture people who enter the country. And unfortunately, let's say publicly, some of our officers are not computer literate. So this institution has decided to provide 20 scholarships for us. If they shortlisting, and many of those we shortlisted were those who passed the UNDP test conducted by DIPA. That's what I mentioned, isn't it? Yeah. So that training is ongoing. So we'll see, you get to know it. Yeah. In the midst of all of these things, we still have challenges. That is the Migration Information System Analysis System. That matters when you enter the airport, when you send your passport to the immigration officer. There's a login machine. You remember that? The login machine, they need to get and straight on your whole database. It's a challenge. It is obsolete. It has limited usefulness. It was the RON and the Swedish embassy that helped us. And now you're out of the usefulness. So we need to upgrade in the 21st century to be able to identify the bad guys. If we don't want the bad guys to infiltrate into our terrain and our territory, that is needed.
Go ahead.
Yes. And honestly, we are challenged with insufficient logistic, uniforms, accessories, mobility, and contemporary logistical gadgets. Allow me to slow down to you.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah. So we've spoken to you on several issues now. We tell you our challenges there. It's not all rosy. We are not a complaining institution. So our mothers is similar down. Our mother is similar down. And then we are appealing to our international partners, the American, the Chinese, the Swedish, to help us upgrade our matters. And not challenge guys, the low salary of servicemen. An average immigration officer who is to raise revenue makes $160 US. That is about the Decent Work Act. The Decent Work Act doesn't cut for that. That is the challenge. And the lack of basic recruit training. Currently, is the UNDP that sponsors in-service training at the LIS. As we speak, we told them in your mug we appreciate it, or we think a one-week training for LIS is insufficient. Today, the LIS can boast of few behaviors. You saw when we took over, we rolled out a project sponsored by Contact Global. 15 pickups and 30 motorcycles. It's meant to enhance, because there was an agreement prior to our coming that the government Liberia entered into in 2021 with Contact Global to do our resident permit. And it went through all of the processes. As we speak, 2021, today 2024, almost 1.5 years, 3 years. There's another company called Celtics. Celtics and the government Liberia have a program, a project, a 40-60 project, in which Contact Celtics is to do our e-visa. All of these agreements were made in perfection before we came in. And for us, we think the intent and purpose were good, and we are trying to perfect it to roll on. There are a few challenges. And you have heard that we've gone to the Senate, we've gone to the House of Representatives, we've had a lot of meetings. Today, one of those who had one of the projects, the Contact Global is here. You may have an opportunity to talk to us, Daryl. The other party from Celtics, no, we have not started it yet. The communication is at the Ministry of Finance. So the Ministry of Finance should be signing it. Then the Justice Minister will approve, and then we can perfect the e-visa. Consistent with the President arrest amendment to ensure that we digitize many of our work at the LIS. Other countries of the world, when you're traveling there, you have an e-visa facility. You're going to East Africa, you are going to Ghana, Kenya, Tanzania, and even Ghana, they got e-visa. Our challenge we have is the one that has to do with our own ECOWAS citizens. Because under the ECOWAS arrangement, there is a free movement protocol that the brother signatory to. An ECOWAS citizen can come here for about 120 days without a visa. So we appeal to Contact Global, and I must admit this for the manner. In how much Contact Global and us are now roll on all of the pieces of the project, but this time around they were magnanimous to tacitly agree on the issue of the ECOWAS concerns. Because we've been visited by the ECOWAS member states in Liberia. We've been visited by the biggest, the Nigerian delegation, the Ghanaians, the Guineans, the Sierra Leoneans, and all ECOWAS citizens who the higher they pay is $100, $150. They visited with us. They tell the challenge how we're getting the resident permit. We've had discussion with the Contact Global Group. They have tacitly agreed with us, but with the legal frame of first option. So that discussion is ongoing, and I hope that will be finalized here. Like I said, the leader had the Contact Global is here. Maybe afterward, we can have a few questions related to our organization, what they do in Liberia, not probably relation of them, but then we'll have a partnership agreement. And that partnership agreement is something that we want to honor and respect for the sake of continuity. So having said this, we think we've spoken on a wide range of issues. And understandably because we've not been here for a long time. And we have made a conscious decision as an institution to only speak to this platform. Because in addition to revenue generating, we are 60% a security outfit. Should we speak to all the radio stations around here? The platform is welcoming. And again, Mr. Acting Minister of Information, for his own behalf in the Liberia Immigration Service, the Minister of Justice, Anthony General, who are his principal deputy. They started creating the LIS, make the LIS Commissioner General the Deputy Attorney General. Who interrelationship with the Solina LIS or Solina Immigration Services, Solina Security. And level La Cote d'Ivoire, we good. The Guinea, we good. We have interrelationship. There may be few challenges, but far better than several years backward. So again, thank you for affording all this opportunity. We'll be glad to take our seat. If you have some concern and question, which I know you will, I don't think I'm going to answer them. Like I said, I'm here with my deputy. I'm here with my two deputies. One for operation, one for administration, and one is a consultant. I would avail myself to answer questions. But those questions are not specifically within the department I have. They're going to provide the necessary question answers, and while the consultant is here to provide those questions and answers that we may not be privileged to provide answers for. So again, thank you so much, Mr. Minister, and thank you for the opportunity.
So we'll keep all the questions and take the next speaker. Just begin to put your questions together. We'll take the next speaker very briefly. This is Patricia Davis Hummingbird, the CEO of the Tamil Angels Culture and Tourism International. Like I said, she'll be speaking to you on some of the impactful programs organizations currently in Liberia.
Listen to
Good afternoon to all. I would like to appreciate the Ministry of Culture and Tourism for giving me this unique opportunity. My name is Patricia Davis Hummingbird. I'm a Liberian. I run the Determined Leaders Culture and Tourism International, LATI, and it was founded August 24, 2009. Here with me, I have Mr. Chris Carr, Chairman of the Paris Committee. The 2024 International Festival, which will be held under the theme Promoting Culture and Tourism through Young Talents, seeks, among all other things, to highlight tourism, culture, and talents in the various countries participating. The event will bring together over 300 participants from children aged 4 to 20 years or above, and over 60 countries in Europe, Africa, America, and Asia. I am the licensed national director of the World Championship of Performing Arts, WOCOPA, and the boarding director of Paradise based in Taiwan in USA. Determined Angels Culture and Tourism International Dati, whose vision is to exhibit an area of African teens who are well cultured and equipped with African moral values, intelligence, and beauty with rich knowledge of their history to flourish in the 21st century world. Our mission is to cause a mind shift in the African youth, primarily teens, from the engagement of social vices for survival, and equipped with African moral values, intelligence, and beauty with rich knowledge of their history and to flourish in the 21st century. From the engagement of social vices for survival and the feeling of victimization to the employing of indispensable values that accumulate first to self-development and then that of their respective communities. Liberia's participation in this event will open a new way for our dear nation economies and for nation building. Not only that, there are good prizes for different categories of winners, which will contribute to foreign income. Our total attendance and participation will definitely give our country Liberia the opportunity to be the first African country in West Africa to host this event comes 2025, which involves an inflow of over 200 people from across 60 countries. The intent of this project is to highlight the importance of boosting tourism and culture through symbolizing beauty within competitors. That it provides a worldwide exposure for the host country tourism opportunities and give back to the community by marketing our nation as a preferred domestic, worldwide and safe destination. That it influence and position change through the international platforms and believe achieving a better tourism for everyone and everywhere. In the previous years, DATI have hosted local and international programs both in and out of the country. Sorry. She has also had the opportunity to take 50 kids in several countries, Thailand, Vietnam, China, India, etc. From December 2023 last year to this May, we have conducted an audition in which 500 students participated from different schools. Example, Aware International School, System, Spiriton, Sotelma, Ever Baptist, and DYs. 100 of them were qualified, and the first batch of 50 kids, in which 30 females and 20 males from age 6 to 19 years, will be accompanied by their parents in various countries: USA, Nepal, Spain, China, Thailand, and Vietnam this year. This program has been in the system for more than 27 years, and we are appealing to the various embassies within Liberia to grant our kids and their parents visas that will allow this trip processes. In this regard, we seek the nation, stakeholders, companies, government officials, and well-wishers to support these kids to travel and participate in the above mentioned events. We are very hopeful that we will help our kids with your kind aid and support in extension of the benefits of the nation of Liberia. I would like to thank you all once again for the opportunity and I'm fully prepared for your questions. Thank you very much.
Thank you ever so much. So, can't keep the security people in one room too long. So, you will ask your questions to the two speakers. The security people will answer the questions. They have part of the questions, and they will leave. And then she will give response to your question, and then before we speak on the game for celebration and
Service Commissioner
close
and
for
his team,
Thank you.
Commissioner Steve
Deputy
Zagoff.
Minister for Technical Services and Special.
So,
Can we have the
question
question
and answer.
yourself? Sitting, you will take note of 3 questions at a time, and after which you will respond. Okay. Okay. On the CGSF.
Yeah, I
Thank you. President yourself.
Okay, my name is Afonso Kala. I write for the People's Newspaper Online. A few years back, Honorable Commissioner, there is information coming up from South District, to be precise, Gila border, that Guineans, the Guinea security, by the way, took their flag and crossed the river, planted it in Gila. With this happened in the past administration. Now that you are the commissioner, have you been able to figure out this information, or have you been able to know if this information is true, and if it is true, what level it is? Thank you. Thank you so much, Commissioner General. My name is Strobel Fly, and I report for sport. I am concerned with outline challenges, and you spoke a little about your progress so far. I want to know several times when Liberian National Police or the DEA, when they arrest, they will reference Nigerian national being involved in drug peddling or drug trafficking in Liberia. Have you been able to examine the record before you to know how many Nigerian or foreigner been or alien been deported from Liberia? If so, how many of those that your institution have been able to deport?
Thank you so much. My name is Maurice Oleti, and I recruit for OQFM. Thank you so much, Honorable Commissioner General, for your deliberation. I got two concerns. One, you talked about you conducted an audit, personal audit, and you found out that there were all people who were basic on the audit that was conducted. But I want to know what decision your institution may have come up with in terms of going after maybe the salary that we're taking and all of that. And number two, few months back, we heard about some Burkinabes in Rangega County encroaching on the people's land. Can you give us update on that? Thank you.
So CDC is compound, we'll respond to that.
Okay, thank you.
The reason we took 2 money because you are the president.
How many questions I have?
Actually,
2 questions, but 4.
one compound, yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much. On the issue of the yellow border, interestingly, like I said, we had a good relationship with the Guinean, the Sierra Leonean, and the Angolan. Thank you, Galliman, you said it happened in the last administration. But the thing you go there now, it's not happening now. I have a cordial relationship. And interestingly, that Angolan I'm so familiar with. You know, after Yela, then you got Konyamen on the other side. And if you look at the history of it, is the Giziman clan. The Giziman clan is that clan before the Labrador had independent in 1847 one country. And that's the clan that the formation of the AFL started from. You call the Labrador Frontier Pool. The first 60 men that were assembled came from that area of Zigida, with part of that clan. So relationship is cordial with the same people. When you go across as far as Konyamen, you got a normal ethnicity on that side, a normal ethnicity on the side. A few maintainers in between, same people. So that exuberance is your muscles. I mean, but it's not control. Choke from spoon. When DEA, anything, make arrest, and then sometimes arrest Nigerian, and what happened to the deportation. And in our law, we call it deportation proceeding. It doesn't start with us. When arrests are made by the security architecture, interoperational capability, we all work together to ensure we complement and enhance each other's functions. So when that is done, what happens that the court is the last resort. When the deportation proceeding is finalized, actualized, and the court make a determination of the deportation, you bet that will be done. Then you have Maurice Oleti from OK. The internal audit that we conducted. And what happened to those that didn't pay? I did 120 some more. We'll go after them if they are still around. We'll go after them. But it was good to have conducted this audit. We had a system challenge. And I'm not one that will blame people. But up there to have 100 plus person on the payroll this long. So it was good we conducted the internal questionnaire and system audit with IAA. And take good control IAA. We got in and that is the result. The result that came yesterday. The next phase here will have to do with the Burkinabe. And another when I chaired the Committee on Defense, Security, Intelligence, and Veteran Affairs at the Liberia Senate, I myself, not only did I constitute a team, we dispatched a team there, I one part of it too, to do an assessment of our landscape between La Côte d'Ivoire and La Côte d'Ivoire and Labrador on the other side and Rangida. The same crown people you see, the same nothing about Zigda and Yela. The same crown people you see in Labrador, the same crown people on the other side. The same people. Yes. And then what is happening is that our people, they can have law enforcement omnipresent. And what is law enforcement omnipresent? Law enforcement omnipresent on our children to have law enforcement of all war. Is that possible? It's hard to have an effective law enforcement institution. You have to have a people-centered approach. So the people complement law enforcement. So if you have maybe 2 law enforcement officers, they multiply that by 2 with the people to help. So what we realize then that our people are opening up to the Burkina Faso. They now have forceful entry. Seeing Kings grouping for one side, they open up. They give them the land. So look, maybe there's 10 acres. 2 means 6 acres, and 3 acres, and 4 acres. And then they do it, they work the land. When they work the land, in the appreciation, our people give that to them. Which is, in my mind, moral thing is wrong. But for them, they can't come to it. Unless and until they feel that it's a problem. And they want to nip it, we prepare to work there. And at some point in time, we deploy the military there. When I check the community defense, we deploy the military there. The military have one of a platoon right in the forest. And that's the report they came up with. When we send intelligence, that's the report we came up with. Recently, we became computer engineer, we sent an intelligence group there too. The same thing. No hostile environment, we've been receptive. But we gotta be careful how receptive we are. Especially when we start planning long-term crops, like our longevity. That is a challenge that we all need to grapple with. In our LIS. Thank you.
We continue with second batch.
Good morning, Commission, since the in a red for the recently said Momo Saro called for the cancellation on the contract with Gomez. What is your take on that? And my next question is,
What the paper?
okay. I said recently said the
No, your paper.
okay, I went for the recovery newspaper. Recently said the Momo Saro called for the cancellation on the contract with the contact group and Gomez. What is your take on that? And also, when you were senator, you proposed to give contact. Why now are you winning and dining with him?
Thank you so much. My name is George Momo, and I report for KC Liberia. So I have one question for the commissioner and one question for the contact global representative. Okay, so Mr. Commissioner, the issue of security, and I'm quite sure the involvement of citizens into it make it work. And so I have been researching the past. On the Play Store, you have this fine officer app. LMP is there, LIS is there, the fire service is there. And what good about the app is that there is a segment there that you commend and complain officers. But much is not being done in terms of the awareness so that citizens are aware and know how to use these things. So if you're aware, I want to know how you intend to make use of that. And of recent, I visited to the counter global issue. I visited their office on 9th Street. And I saw representatives from companies here in Liberia were giving receipt with no logo, no stamp, but that they receive money from them. And there is the issue of loan delay. There are people who pay for permit for their foreign workers that are here since January up to present, yet to be served. So I will need to address that. Thank you.
Thank you. My name is Manuel Opolo from Sky FM. I want to cycle. I love the company speaking. Thank you. But I have this concern. You were crying for your men, even talking about 160 is not much for them as salary. Now you're the boss for them. What do you think they should be walking away when it comes to salary? Thank you.
Okay, my name is Moses William. I work for the Liberty and Mr. Ago, you spoke of the foreign and the Liberian businesses. So, I mean, those foreign businesses that were operating prior to the CBC, what are plans that you have for them? And quickly, you spoke of renting an office space for 85,000 years.
Yes, 85,000. So I mean, within a short period of time, can you repeat where did you got your funding from?
No. They get it. So the current building goes to the LIS. Current building is 1.4. They pay 85,000 per annum for rent. And I contemplate on moving to another government facility free of charge. Free of
So I
charge.
mean, who paid the first 85,000? Instead of yeah, so
I'm glad that Mrs. Hector from the new Republic newspaper, the call for the cancellation of contract global are not called for it. Let me tell you why I'm not called for it. If we just come in on two officers are done, I mean, we will start having confident challenge. Don't want to be business like Liberia. And another you follow me for the past 9 years. Forget about the time I was in the school sector for the past 9 years. If there's anyone in Liberia, current in the Kuya Kumasani, that want to cancel what a predecessor institute have done, should be me, isn't it? You're not answering what you don't know. No, you don't know because let me count this far. Was I ever it had I don't know how to say that, but the time I served as senator, do you know my political affiliation? He said no. Labour Party, I said that. So then, and I'm with opposition. So don't you think the appropriate time for me to want to, if I'm thinking like an ordinary human being, but again, I'm a Christian, I'm an Adventist. So for me, I feel that vengeance belongs to God. I could be the one saying, let me do a cancellation, isn't it? I'm not opting for that. But I'm glad that the acting minister of information, I said that they will allow the representative to speak to the issue of contract global because another police came and said, I opted for it when I opted for cancellation when I was senator. I did not opt for it when I was senator. And when I was senator, because I'm told the program started 2021. Yes, it started 2021. Was I senator for Liberia? Yes, I was senator for Liberia. Senator for Democratic? Yes. Was I chair of defense? Yes, I was chair of defense. And co-chair of trade, custom and free movement. And former political party chairperson. Yep, I'm driving an issue now. The issue grew up and Gamo there for Case FM. So they want to know, what did I do? What did I do? And yes, did that contract call for ratification? On our law, anything that's above $10 million calls for ratification, isn't it? Did that happen? No. So the executive should have brought it to the Senate that didn't happen. And no, the following year, 2022-23, was going for what? Electioneering. I was down there, sitting all of the time. And they didn't come to us. We read the issue, they didn't come to us. But now, they are passed. We've gone now, from 2021 to 2024. We're almost into 2.5 to 3 years. Are we together on this? So, so in the contract, you have what you call perform a regular review on our law. When there's a contract, you always cross in there for perform a regular review. Perform review when conditions, one party feel that there is an impending need to. Then there is this review. Then they want to call a regular review. Regular review is when we scrap in the contract that this point in time, maybe most of the time, regular review count half of the contract here. When we're approaching them, we'll go for cancellation. What can we for that moment? And for the other issue, thank God the minister has agreed that the lady also speak to it. On the issue of the young man asked for the salary. And no further the baby, the app. And I agree, that app is a unique opportunity for us to show that we showcase our good officers. And I fully agree with LI is part of that app. But you're concerned about one lady about the money 185 here that it's not all that pay that money, it's the government that pay that money through the GSA. So we tell the government, save 85,000 United States dollars. Just 85,000 United States dollars, you multiply that by 6 years, no, the general government 6 years, multiply by 85,000 dollars. that can pay you a huge complex. Take up from there, it's a part-time to my after the work can sweat, yeah? It's leaking. The work can sweat. The building is also getting sent to your. So now we can sit in the part-time here now. If we come to the old maternity center and tell what the president of has agreed. Cheers is working on modality for LIS to move to the capital backpack. What will be more freer, we'll have convenience, and then we'll create an enabling environment. And when the enabling environment is created, productivity, ingenuity increases. That's an opportunity for us. And we can't wait for it. So pray for we'll get there. And then the $160 insufficient. If they make money tax, they make a security man. They see that man generating revenue. They give 160. I'm paying out small, eh? The decent what I say, one multiply about 2. That will bring something $400 for LIS officer, please. Please. Yeah. Thank you so much. And then you will allow me.
Okay.
Good afternoon. Sorry, I didn't capture the name of the person who asked the question.
Be respectful.
She's also part of the delegation, especially from the angle of the immigration service.
Good afternoon, George. Thank you for your question regarding the receipts. So I'm Veronica Monti. I'm the head of business development of the region for Contact Global. Your question, if I may say so, is anecdotal. You're suggesting an anecdote which I'm not aware of. All I can say in response to that is that we have an integration with the Liberia Revenue Authority and an integration with the bank. And I am not aware of any receipts being handed out to people that don't have the LRA logo on it or don't have the bank's logo on it. The receipting should not be handed out anyway to anybody willy-nilly. The receipts are handed out on a payment being made in a bank. Secondly, I'm 100% sure that there will be no cards issued to anyone uploading a receipt that isn't a bona fide receipt. So your question is interesting. If you have anything that you would like to bring to us or to the LIS, the receipts that you're referring to, we're more than happy to have a look at those. But as far as I can, information that I can give to you is that the receipting system is regulated by the LRA and the bank, and obviously overseen by LIS as well and ourselves. So I hope that answers your question.
Thank you. You're very emphatic.
Thank you.
So we continue with the question for the city. We have 5 persons in the queue, 6 persons in the queue.
Can take all 6.
Yes. Okay. 1 person that you be the journalist.
So thank you. My name is Andrew Biuya and I report for excellent activity. The commissioner did mention about some of the challenges that this having extensively corrected. This have, let's say, less manpower. So based on that, how one can be recruited or be part of the laboratory immigration services. And lastly, the last time the project launched by the immigration services about digitizing and work to all the borders of Europe, wherein officer will now be having access to tablet to have information on those that will be entered to follow. I want to know how far is that project. Thank you.
So my name is Joseph Selit. I report.
Thanks so kindly. My name is Ishmael Logan and I work for Punch FM. I have 2 questions. The first one goes to the executive of determined interest. You know, when you were outlining your activities that you are involved with.
Go ahead.
Yeah, when you were outlining some of your activities, you call schools like
eco practice, we call DWAS. And we didn't hear much about one of the things that, children students from lower class family attend. Also, I want to know what are some of your plans to decentralize activities. And my next question goes to Minister Sano. On May 6, a publication from Formation Africa reported that Liberian students studying in India were then reportedly attacked by Nigerian gangs. What have the government seen in this matter?
Thank you. I'm sorry for Stephen. The report from TNU. I have two concerns to speak, sir. The issue of drugs is still going on. I'm concerned here for a base for the kind of drugs illegally in our country throughout border points. I want to know what is this own plan in protecting our border in fighting drugs. Two, the issue of their mountain can draw more than 200 copies in our country illegally. What actions allegedly, what action allegedly taken since then?
Okay, my name is Samuel Usman, and so my question is on the issues of security, so in collaboration with the DP, the librarian. What is the stamp on the new literature of drugs or Zubia? What is the stamp on that?
Thank you. CG will respond after that. I think that will be very well. Also, this.
So these are the last question.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
so we'll close that one.
Thank you so much. Andrews Weir from the Independent. Andrews Weir. Yeah. On the issue of inadequate manpower allies. What a recruitment plan? Deploy allies, men at the border. I think your question centered around that. Andrew Weir here. Where is Andrew B. Weir? Okay, come. Yeah. So your concern about the inadequate manpower we have. I want to be an officer. Our recruitment plan, so for now, we are not doing fresh recruitment because we don't have the budget yet to do fresh recruitment. Our benchmark was set. In most countries of the world, the allies or the immigrant service is almost 50 or 60% the LMP. It don't be more than LMP, or it don't be more than the national security, the first provider. In Liberia, the first provider, the first line of defense is the LMP. The first line of defense is the LMP. Then we all fall in. So they were there. 100, you got 200, 200, 140. So the current strength of the LMP is between, maybe I'll let us speak to that, but LIS should be half of, if not 60% of LMP. Not. When I began the thing I told you, we started at 2388. And we did our assessment, we came to 213 something. I give that figure. So, but we have a recruitment plan. We are not starting to run with it yet because we don't have the money. And that recruitment plan will be able to fill in the gap. So if we have about 2,100 plus, maybe we may want to go to 5,000. So we anticipate now to recruit about 2,900. So maybe 5,000 men and women at the LIS. Just deploying at the border has been challenging, but we still doing it. If you go to all our border, we have what we call the Border Patrol Unit, the BPU. The BPU, the Border Patrol Unit. That unit got about how many men? The BPU. Yeah, the BPU is almost about 100 men. But then the ISU, the Immigrant Support Unit, she got about 300 men. But now we start to upgrade the ISU to get the targeted benchmark of 300. It's about one young officer, Pastor Syria. Stable. And then, so we're trying to read their projection. But when the budget is partly implemented, because the president signed a kind of work instrument, then, and the money is made available, we intend to recruit 2,900 men to add the 2,100 to give up 5,000 LIS officers. And the recruitment plan just has to be 18 years and above. Be 18 years old, between 18 years and 35 years, be a Liberian with good character. It has to be a minimum. We appreciate college graduate who got masters here because now we start deploying at our headquarters, at our national, regional exam. We start to deploy college graduates. How did we get to college graduates? We had the UNDP and VPAC having a joint examination conducted 2 years ago. The result being kept, but now we made the result public. So many of the young guys who reported some of them are loyal to. And they said, and the new guy who put another position, the lawyer, then the one they up and beat. We got our press lady, how they call Lauren Page Massacre. Got a lady to the LMP. Sharp. So we good on that. Jacob, what is the LIS border management plan? And Jacob? Where is Jacob? Eh? You want to know about the LIS border management plan? Yeah, okay. The LIS border management plan encapsulates, it takes into consideration what is the best practice in West Africa. As I speak to you, there's the West African Police Information System. What is? They all are conducting a joint assessment in Bureau Local of the border between Liberia and Sierra Leone, the border between Liberia and Guinea, and Ivory Coast. Technically, we have 176 border. Of the 176 border, I think only 35 or 46 is being manned. That should be worrisome, isn't it? 176, only 46 is being manned. The other one, we don't man it. So we're having discussion with some international partner to either have a drone. What a drone does is that where you can go as a person, where you can go there with the instrument have, the drone can pick up anyone trying to use that terrain to infiltrate. Or you got a picture of them and then you can deploy the border patrol unit. So to effectively do that, you need to have the border patrol unit with a kind of SWAT vehicles. That are no tactical drill that can maneuver the terrain and be able to reach the target. So those discussions are ongoing. We're having some discussion with our partners, and there are some goodwill out there. But you're now being actualizing. The Americans are concerned. Our international partner are concerned. ECOWAS is concerned. This is like weapons discussion is ongoing now. So that is our plan. And then there is this Ezekiel. Yeah. Yeah. How did you get a figure? The figure 160? You said, well, 110. Okay. 110 and 130. 113. But in terms of 5 to 6,000 or 10,000, brother. So when you convert that to US, that's how much?
It's 26,000.
So that added to the 113. Yeah. So I said about. So in that show how yeah. So we deduct the tax and off. Yeah. Yes. But however, it's still small. Yeah. Yeah. So that's it. One sir. What's up? You talk about drug and border, and okay, you're concerned about the border issue of the new drug and what the LIS do with DA. And I told you, we are going to place interoperability mechanism. Interoperability mechanism is that mechanism that security architecture work together. The DA, the LIS, the LNP work together because we don't have all the instruments, we don't have all the money, we don't have all the men. So area the LNP will be when the LI is not there, the LNP will double tax. Area the LNP will be when DA is not there, the LNP will double tax. So we complement each other effort. So when we at the both waters are, and someone comes in, they say they are a member of the ECOWAS region, and they got free movement. When we search in your luggage, and then in there we see drop. So now our function starts ready. Why is true fellow will deny for coming? They will take that drug over to who? The DEA. Interoperability. When I talk about interoperability mechanism, that's even there. So the DEA guy may not be there, but anything that DEA related, we inform DEA. Let the bill you come in your bag. You got about 50 sophisticated phones. And so pay taxes on it. Huh? That's not our responsibility. Our responsibility is to get an appropriate document. So now we take the NRA account. There are 50 sophisticated apples here. They can handle the place of money. You're not going to use all. So we interoperating. That's why we said that. So hope you understand that. Beer Mountain, 200 foreigner. Who information, thank you. We'll have our intelligent unit to revisit Beer Mountain so we identify those 2,000 foreigner. So, but as I speak to you, we are in discussion to have our men deployed together so that those who will opt for work permit, they should get a work permit document. Those who will opt for resident permit, we hope to get a resident permit document. Before you work in Liberia, you should reside here. Eh? Can you reside in air and work in Liberia? Can you reside in Burkina Faso? Then you work here. So to work here, you gotta work for arrive and reside here. This is why you found the Ministry of Labor and the LIS working together in that direction. Job FM, you got from Job FM, LIDA, what is LIS stand on the new junction here? Yeah, but again, the same question and the same answer. I mean, the issue of drug is a concern. The one that I was talking about video 2018, the landscape, the talk about the new kind of drug I'm selling. Yeah, but not more than push. Zombie. Yeah. So when that happened, we deploy the intelligence there. And so the information, it will filter in to the DA to enhance their ability. And you have found, I know Kumar there before. Yeah. And you know Kumar speak well on that, like hero. He speaks well on that. And I think his challenge, he like us, he need help. Or else, our new challenge, like I said, is not a threat from non-state actors. It's not a threat from regional actors. Our threat from our security landscape is an internal security challenge as a country. But that challenge, the new sponge, the exploitation, then the drug. When they combine with drug, man, they make it a 5 times an ordinary man. That is our challenge here as a country. We all know what to ensure that happens. Thank you.
After recovery. Thank you.
After recovery. I have not completed my year. Yeah, but it doesn't mean I'm not prepared to work along with those actors on the commission. They can still all help us. Because there's information that's so personal. When we want to make it public, you think if we make your personal information public, will be protected. And that's the point I'm saying this. And no one should think that Trouble Amonizak was so upset or so excited about the job. No. Senator, 9 years, God bless me, that's the local people. 9 years was inspiring years. 9 years, 6 years, I checked ECOWAS on trade customs free movement. So if I have to make some personal information public, let me have a guarantee that will be protected. Not making it public when before they never run away. Thank you.
Thank you. How many people will take the questions?
So, Commissioner Steve Zago, Commissioner General, Liberia Immigration Service.
I think there's a person that has a question.
Who did ask the question? Ishmael.
It's coming in.
Ishmael, please help me read the question.
The CEO
Please help Ishmael.
here in Liberia.
Yes. Yeah, so when you were, outlining some of the activities, you made mention of schools like FOBs and DYs. And we didn't hear much about schools that are parents for low income parents can send their children. Also, what are some of the plans to decentralize activities outside of Monrovia?
Thank you, Ishmael. First, we put up public announcements. We had all our social media platforms, and we did huge publicity about that. And those were the schools that contacted us to be part of the events. Okay, thank you. So those were the schools that contacted us to be part of the program, and those are the ones that came for the competition anyway. And the ones that got qualified. So those are the schools that we have at hand from now. And then to decentralize it, like I said, we will go to the federal counties, but for now we are just starting in Moserado and want to have a strong financial backing first before we go out in the rural areas.
Thank you. You can retire. You can retire, ma'am. We don't have much time. Okay, no. Thank you. So we want to, on behalf of the ministry, appreciate our speaker. Minister of Culture will speak on the National Independence Day celebration. But the comrade asked a question. That is a situation in India where Liberian students were being targeted by Nigerians. The government has a position on that. And when the city minister for Afro-Asian Affairs spoke, he said that the government, the executive mansion, was being briefed. The president was concerned about the situation, and that the government of Liberia has established contact with the relevant authority in India to address the situation. So that's how much we can say about the situation. We are monitoring it. If there's any further development, we will accordingly inform the media and the Liberian people. Thank you. So at this point, while Minister Paul is speaking, that is
Okay, good afternoon. Well, my name is Jerry Paul. I'm the Assistant Minister for Cultural Affairs at the Ministry of Information, Culture and Tourism. I've come to update the public on the upcoming National Unification Day program. As you all may be aware, May 14 of every year is National Unification Day. It is being celebrated as a holiday in Liberia. So, as a focal person at the Ministry of Information, Culture and Tourism, we have been working with Ministry of State and the Foreign Ministry to have this program heard and make it a success. So to connect it to where we are right now, we have concluded with our planning. So this year's program will be held at the Centennial Memorial Pavilion. At that program, it will be a little bit different from the other, but we have an interreligious council offering prayer for the nation. That is, we'll have the Muslim offering national prayer, we'll have the Christian offering national prayer. We have already worked with the two sectors, and they are waiting to offer such. So this year, we are hosting a honor team, healing the past, uniting the present, embracing the future through arts and culture. And His Excellency, the Vice President of the Republic of Liberia,